Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk basketball history through card breaks and the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. Today we're opening this pack of 1994-95 Topps Stadium Club. And these are super color cards. They're extreme NBA basketball cards. So let's see what that means exactly. It was that was kind of, I feel like a nice phrase for this time period. 94, 95 was extreme. The cards are extreme. The pack is extreme. The pack is extremely hard to open. Is one thing I'm noticing here. I think I got it. Just pull it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see who we got in this pack. There's 10 cards. And let's see if we get any big names. All right, the first one is Mike Brown from the Timberwolves. I'm going to back that up a little bit. The Stadium Club cards are cool. They, obviously Topps did these for baseball as well. And, they're pretty awesome. Just a cool look. You see like the nice color on the uniform there, and then you see the back is like, yeah, this is very 90s. This is like Nickelodeon. Like this is just like this is my jam right here. Anyway, Mike Brown. All right, next is, let's see, we got Frank Burkowski, classic name. I think I've mentioned him before in a pack that I got his card. I don't know if you really want a basketball player on your team whose name is Burkowski, but he made it to the NBA, so obviously he was pretty good. But that's just kind of funny to me. All right, there is Stacey Augmon with the Hawks again. Yeah, these cards are awesome. These are really neat cards, and I really enjoy looking at these like 90s, the 90s style of these cards. And again, yeah, look at the back. That's just so cool. I mean, that's like I said, that's like, after school special, like whatever, like graphics. There's Rex Walters, with the Nets. That's sort of the Drazen Petrovic era, post Drazen Petrovic era. Sarnas Markulionis. Sorry, Saranas. Great old uniforms there with the Seattle Supersonics. All right. There is Brooks Thompson, first round pick of the Magic in '94. Well, I'm going to skip over. I'm going to just kind of move right past him, and I think maybe we'll come back to this one at the end because I don't know. I'm not sure we're going to get a lot more in there, but we pulled a nice early Shaq card in this pack. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to Shaq at the end. And then there's another one. There's another Hall of Famer in Dominique Wilkens. So let's talk about Nique here, because as you can see, he's in the Celtics uniform. And this was for a very long time, the Celtics had this sort of reputation of they could never sign free agents. And the first big free agent that the Celtics really signed, they went out and signed as a free agent to a long-term contract, honestly was Al Horford. But they had been able to get guys late in their careers to sign with the Celtics, and one of them was Dominique Wilkens. Honestly, before Al Horford signed with the Celtics, Dominique Wilkens was probably the best free agent signing, the biggest player, certainly. And then you could also throw in this guy. Shaq was also one of the best Celtics free agent signings. It's sort of this guy at the end of his career. And Nique came in, and this was I cannot stress enough for you, this was a terrible era for the Boston Celtics. Just completely awful. And there are, this is the I'm trying to understand what this is about here. This import, all import from France. I don't know do I know this Dominique Wilkens from France? Is he French? Is he born in France? I guess he was. Okay, I'm learning this. We're expanding our Wax Pack wisdom here. I didn't know that Dominique Wilkens was born in France. That's news to me. Wow. So there you go. and you learn all the details on the back of the card there about France in 1994 and the fact that their chief exports were steel, iron, chemicals, textiles, Who knew? I love Paris, by the way. My favorite city on earth. But how about that? Wow, that's really cool. There's a inside. This is a '90s card right here. Look at this Inside Stuff magazine subscription offer. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love it. Does Inside Stuff still even work? Or does it exist? I don't even know. Here's a cool one with tandem with Kevin Johnson, KJ, and Dan Marley. Of course, the one that's missing here is Charles Barkley, but that's kind of cool too. There's Scott Skiles, who was a coach in the NBA years later. But let's go back. Here's a really cool card. Best card in the pack here is this Faces of the Game Shaq card from Top Stadium Club. Let's look at the back here. And boy, that is a face of the game right there. Shaquille O'Neal is the top draw in the game today. Think of the NBA, and the first vision that comes to mind is an O'Neal rim-rattling slam dunk. And that probably would be the case because, again, we're talking, this is 94, 95. So this is when Jordan is in the midst of his first retirement. And he comes back late, I believe, during this season, right? And then the Bulls get bounced from the playoffs. And then after that, they win the 3 titles in 3 years. But man, what a face there for Shaq. But Shaq was definitely a main beneficiary of the fact that that Michael Jordan had retired, because the Magic, I think, they had some pretty good playoff runs, right? And obviously the Knicks are the ones that are in the finals those years against the Rockets. But so Shaq, again, he is first pick in the draft, and just there's really never been anybody like him ever in the history of the NBA, where he was so tall but also just so huge, just the most gigantic built huge human being to ever play in the NBA, just like a total force of nature. There are guys that were taller, Kareem was taller, but he was rail skinny. Yao Ming was taller, but he was also skinny. Shaq was 7'2", and just built like a Mack truck and just unstoppable. One of the all-time, maybe the all-time highest field goal percentage ever in the NBA. Just easy 2 points. We know about how terrible he was at free throws, and he was not the greatest defender. He could block shots for sure, but just a complete force around the basket. And he wins 3 titles in a row with the Lakers. He signs, I think, at the time, the biggest free agent contract ever in the history of North American professional sports, I believe, at the time, when he left the Magic and signed with the Lakers. And he goes through all of the times with Kobe and the ins and outs and the ups and downs there, for sure, that thankfully before the end of Kobe's life, they were able to smooth all of that over. And he goes to, he forces his way out of LA. He goes to the Heat and wins a title there. And then he, bounces around a bit late in his career. He plays with LeBron in Cleveland, and then he ends his career with the Celtics. So Shaq is still everywhere. He's still on all the commercials, and he has fit in so incredibly well on Inside the NBA. The best studio show, the best sports studio show in history. There's not even a close second. He has fit into that chemistry so well with Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and of course Ernie Johnson. It's must-see TV. It's appointment viewing. I like to watch those guys just as much as I like to watch the game sometimes. And Shaq fits in so perfectly with that. And he's so affable and funny and very insightful, and speaks from a point of view of somebody who was one of the best players in the world. Of course, so was Charles Barkley, but Shaq was on a higher level. And of course, also, unlike Charles Barkley, Shaq has the rings. So anyway, talked a long time about Shaq. Great pull in this pack. This was when, I was a kid. I wasn't a huge basketball fan at this point, but everybody knew about Shaq. And everybody that cared about basketball liked Shaq. and kids loved him. And he was because he was larger than life. And he was incredible to watch play, that's for sure. So that's a nice pull in this pack. That's going to do it for this edition of Wax Pack Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of this break. What's your favorite card we pulled today? Do you have a story about one of the players in this pack? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you can find links to where you can follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. You'll also find a link to a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a donation to one of those organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.